Hey folks, Jim Thomas here, Fitness Management and Consulting, and welcome to our channel today. I appreciate y'all being here. And if you're new to the channel, if you're finding us that very first time, welcome. It's great to have you. And our topic today is going to be 5 gym sales growth strategies that you must learn. 5 gym sales strategies that you must learn. And so before we get into our topic here today, a quick reminder to all that my focus, my mission here in the channel is I want to be able to provide as much information as I can, to as many people as I can, across all regions. And the best way I can do that is when you choose to subscribe to the channel, when you choose to like the videos, you choose to offer comments, which we very much appreciate hearing from you, and then you choose to share the information. So if you've not yet done so, now would be a great time to hit that subscribe button. If you've already done that, thank you. We appreciate your support. And then to learn more about me, learn more about my company, and how I can help take your business that next level, be sure to check out those links below. We've added some new information down there for you. And then for a couple ways you can choose to support the channel, hit that thank you button below. You can also choose to become a channel member. Just click that join button as well to receive additional information on how to grow and develop your business. And so with that said, let's get into our topic here today, and it's 5 gym sales growth strategies that you must learn. 5 gym sales growth strategies that you must learn. Okay, so number 1, we want to find growth before our competitors do. We want to find growth before our competitors do. One of the biggest killers of business is simply that issue of complacency. I refer to it as success apathy. Just because we've had success in the past doesn't mean we're going to have success in the future. And we want to find growth before our competitors do. Well, what are we doing to create growth? Okay, maybe it's how we recruit, how we hire, how we train, how we onboard our staff. Maybe it's how we create a better culture for our staff. Maybe it's how we create a better experience. Maybe it's our cutting edge marketing. Okay, but we need to find growth before our competitors do. Know what your competitors are doing. How are you different in the marketplace? What are you providing, or what can you provide that nobody else provides? What can you do? What are you doing that's better than everybody else? In any market, roughly 20% of that group of people is expected to be a member. How about that other 80%, that so-called uncontested market? What are we doing to go after them? So a lot to think about there. Okay, the issue becomes, I think, many times, is the issue of complacency. Let's don't get complacent. Just because we've had success in the past doesn't mean we're going to have it in the future. You want to find growth before your competitors do. And then growth could be, expansion as well, size or locations. Number 2, selling the way the customer wants. Selling the way the customer wants. Now, this gets misinterpreted all the time, but what the customer wants, they want their problem solved first and foremost. And the 2 big mistakes is we just let the customer kind of roam around and walk around, look at it, or B, we kind of give that museum tour. Hey, here's all of our cardio equipment. Here's all this equipment. And that doesn't really accomplish kind of what that customer wants. The customer wants the problem solved. Okay. And what we want to make sure we do is we have processes in place. But let's talk about selling the way the customer wants. First thing I would think of here is, modern selling. It's fast, quick, easy, friendly. Fast, quick, easy, friendly. Fast because speed sells. What speed tells other people that their problem is your problem. We want it to be easy. We want it to be friendly. Okay, easy, it's simple. Really from beginning to end, maybe 20 minutes. By the time you meet a customer, take a tour, show them the programs, maybe 20 minutes. Okay, or you can join online. They can join on an app if they've been in before. Okay, we want to make it easy. Okay, fast, easy, friendly. We want to be, agreeable. Okay, when we're talking to our customers, Mary, I understand. Don't tell the customer why they're wrong. Mary, I understand. I'd feel the same way if I was in your shoes. Mary, I get it. I know. I've been there. I talk to a lot of folks that go through the same thing. Okay, selling the customer, what they want. What the customer also wants, okay, is they want to do business with someone who's easy to do business with. Pick one. Pick your website. Is it mobile friendly? Does it load easy? Does it load easy? Does it load quick? Okay, does it take forever and the customer X's out? How about our app? I know one of the biggest challenges in the industry right now is really taking advantage of an app and using it right. Okay, we want to be quick, friendly, easy to work with. This is what the customers want. Okay, it's probably what you want when you go into a business. When you're doing business with somebody. And I can think of times, and I've given examples on other videos where I've gone into other businesses to buy TVs and big screen TVs and those kind of things, and how it just became a methodical kind of featured presentation where I didn't do anything. Then come back a few days later, talk to somebody else, and it's all about getting my problem solved. It's all about being easy to do business with, and I buy more than what I went in with the intent to buy. So selling the way the customers want: fast, easy, friendly. Okay, being easy to do business with. No negative words. Mary, I understand. We're going to be agreeable. Number 3, optimize your sales operations and technology. Boy, get this stuff down. Okay, and again, I want to encourage you. Use the channel here. There's close to 1,400 videos out here by now that are how-to. But sales operations. Here's what your sales process should look like. Here's what your membership presentation should look like. Here's what your second sale should look like. Here's what your third sale should look like. Here's what your referral presentation should look like. Here's what your new member email should look like. Here's the technology that you should have in place. Here's how it should work. Optimize it. Get everything working. One of the things that we do, like on a lot of clubs we get involved with, like on a turnaround, okay, clubs struggling, trying to do better, we will evaluate the existing assets. Okay, because we want to make sure the existing assets are operating the way they need to do before we start spending money, because in most cases, at least in many cases, you don't need to spend more money. Is the website, for example, is that a lead generator? Is it a storefront? Or is it simply an online brochure? Okay, how about our telephone inquiry presentation? Do we have a script? Have we memorized the script? And as a quick reminder, the reason we memorize a script or memorize anything is so that we're free to be ourselves. That's why we do it. That's why actors on stage memorize the script, so they're free to be themselves, so their personality can come out. Same reason you do it. Okay? Do we have those scripts? Have we memorized them? Okay? What's our outbound call script look like? How are we doing with that? So optimize your sales operations, optimize your technology. I mean, you want to just create depth in this, and you want to automate as much as you possibly can of these repeatable tasks. Don't take the human element out of this, because that's the nature of the business. Okay. Number 4 on 5 Gym sales growth strategy that you must learn is we need to find sales leaders who will continually challenge the status quo and then thoughtfully manage performance. We want to find sales leaders that will thoughtfully challenge the status quo and then manage that performance. Okay? We can't, the same old thing just can't be the same old thing. We can't get complacent on this. We can't let success apathy come in. So we need sales leaders that are going to challenge this. We can do more. Okay, and I'll give you an example. I'll give you a club that I got involved with a while back, and this was a bigger facility, and the most they'd ever done was 75 sales in a month, and they needed to do a whole lot more than that. That's why I was there. Okay, and I won't go through all the issues and all the things for this, but I looked at it and thought, well, gosh, if we just did 3 sales a day, that's 90 sales in a month, and we're rocking. Confidence is going to be sky high, and sky's the limit here. And so one of the things that I did at that particular location is, and we just built it in as part of the budget, the marketing budget, is we had a 3-5 day. Call it 3-5 day. I incentivized sales performance every single day above and beyond commission, because I knew if I could just get 3 sales a day, we're at 90 sales. They won't even know they're doing 90 sales. Okay, it'll be a surprise. Or if they get 5 sales in a day, well, heck, maybe we could do 150. Okay, and that was I was challenging the status quo, but I was doing it in a manner that there was no pressure, there was no expectation. I didn't come in there, we're going to do 90 sales, we're going to get 100 sales, or heads are going to roll. It's none of that. It was simply, hey, I evaluated what we had, plenty of leads, plenty of people. Get 3 sales in a day, we're going to give you a $50 bonus. You can go ahead and take the rest of the day off. If you want to stick around, turn that 3 into 5. We'll turn that 50 into 100 for you. That's what it was. Okay. Now we built around it, but we were challenging the status quo, but we were thoughtfully managing performance. It wasn't heavy-handed. That club ended up doing 212 sales first month because they caught on fire. Okay. And so we want to find sales leaders who will do this. But we need to, in most cases, I think, we need to develop these sales leaders. And we want to get this plan of action together. How are we going to get all these people? Let's talk to as many people as we can. Let's build this email database. And let's be sending out an email database about career opportunities. Let's do interviews. Let's get as many people in that database as possible. Let's do training classes. Let's train people how to do this. So when they walk in that front door, they are ready to go. I used to jokingly say, and kind of still do, I think, that if a salesperson doesn't get a sale that first week, they're probably not going to make it. Because what happens, our self-esteem drops, our self-confidence drops. Oh, I just can't do this. And let's get them going. Let's give them strategies on how to do this. Okay, but for all staff, and we want strong onboarding, strong culture, and we're going to challenge the status quo. There's no limits here, and your website. This is one of the more underutilized sales tools on the planet. Don't make it an online brochure. It's a storefront, just like your brick and mortar is a storefront. What else can we sell? Because one of the things that I see in evaluating clubs is that half the people that'll visit your website don't even live in your area. Okay? What else can we sell them? Okay? Challenge the status quo. Do it thoughtfully. And then number 5 on my list of growth strategies that you must learn is leaders need to have sales growth to make things happen. We need leaders that are going to push this sales growth and make it happen. Okay? That's what needs to occur here. Our leaders need to push this. Okay? And again, it doesn't have to be heavy-handed. Again, I remember a group that I was involved with, and a lot of these clubs were bigger clubs, and they had membership capacities because owners, they just didn't want people elbow to elbow. And let's just say the capacity was going to be 3,000 members in a 60,000 foot club. Maybe that's the number. And I remember a club, we had it up to, we were doing pretty well. We had it like at 2,000, up from 1,000. So we had pretty good success. And I just kind of casually mentioned, why don't we quit messing around with these monthly numbers? Why don't we just max this thing out? Why don't we just max this thing out? Let's just go for it. And they'd had a big meeting, and as a consultant, I wasn't necessarily always attending some of that, just after hours stuff, but I was attending this one. And I remember the CEO of the company got up there and he goes, yeah, we want to max it out. By the end of March, we want to have this membership maxed out. And it was like, oh. And he goes, hey, before you start blaming me, look at that guy back there in the back. That's the guy whose idea it was, and of course that was me. But people knew how I approached things, and it wasn't an overbearing thing. It was like an exciting thing. Oh yeah, that sounds great. Let's do that. Let's max this thing out. And you know what we did? We had it maxed out. We literally were now selling into a waiting list at that point. So challenge the status quo. There's no limits here. Have an attitude of abundance, not an attitude of scarcity. So, 5 gym sales growth strategies that you must learn. Listen up on these things. What can you start to do immediately? How can you take action on this to really dominate your marketplace? You're not trying to compete. If you're in business, you're not trying to compete. You're trying to dominate. So, folks, appreciate you being here. Again, my name is Jim Thomas. My company is Fitness Management and Consulting. And as I mentioned earlier, my focus, my mission here in the channel is I want to be able to provide as much information as I can to as many people as I can, all across planet Earth. And the best way I can do that is when you choose to subscribe to the channel, when you choose to like the videos, when you choose to comment, and when you choose to share the information with friends, associates, and colleagues. So now would be a great time, if you've not done so, to hit that subscribe button. If you've already done it, thank you. We appreciate the support. And then to learn more about me, learn more about my company and how I can help take your business to that next level, be sure to check out those links below. We have added some new information for you to take a look at. And then To support the channel, be sure to hit that thank you button if you like, and then consider becoming a channel member. Hit that join button for additional information, and we'll look forward to seeing you all in that next video.